Scrunchy.
Scrunchy.
Scruple.
Scruple.
He had no scruples about selling faulty goods to people.
A man with no moral scruples.
They made thousands of families homeless without scruple.
They did not scruple to bomb innocent civilians.
Scrupulous.
Scrupulous.
Not all lawyers are as scrupulous as she is. Scrupulous honesty. The organisation will be scrupulous in maintaining the highest moral standards.
He was not very scrupulous about keeping himself clean.
Scrupulous attention to detail.
Scrupulously clean.
Scrupulously fair.
Scrutineer.
Scrutineer.
Scrutinize.
Scrutinize.
He scrutinised the document.
She scrutinized his face. Scrutiny.
Scrutiny.
Careful scrutiny of the company's accounts revealed a whole series of errors.
Their activities have come under police scrutiny.
Scuzzy.
Scuzzy.
A scuzzy port. Scuba diving.
Scuba diving.
Scud.
Scud. Scuff.
Scuff.
His shoes were old and badly scuffed.
Scuffle.
Scuffle.
Scuffles broke out between rival supporters during the match.
Scuffles with police.
Some of the demonstrators scuffled with the police. Scuff mark.
Scuff mark.
Skull.
Skull.
Scullery.
Scullery.
Sculpt.
Sculpt.
Sculpted.
Sculpted.
High sculpted cheekbones.
Sculptor.
Sculptor.
Sculptress.
Sculptress.
Sculpture.
Sculpture.
A sculpture of an elephant.
An exhibition of sculpture.
Sculptured.
Sculptured.
A row of sculptured animals.
Her sculptured face.
Sculpture park.
Sculpture park. Scum.
Scum.
A pond covered with green scum.
Scum like that should be locked away.
People like that are the scum of the earth.
Scumbag.
Scumbag.
Scupper.
Scupper.
Plans to build a private hospital have been scuppered after a government inquiry.
Scurrilous.
Scurrilous.
A scurrilous attack on his integrity.
Scurry.
Scurry.
People were scurrying off to work.
S-curve.
S-curve.
Scurvy.
Scurvy.
Scuttle.
Scuttle.
A little lizard scuttled across the path.
The incident threatens to scuttle the peace process.
Scuttlebutt.
Scuttlebutt.
Scuzzy.
Scuzzy.
Scuzzy. What's the biggest scuzzy hard drive you have?
Scythe.
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 Bullets scythed through the crowd.
Say. See.
Sea.
Jay stripped his clothes off and ran into the sea.
The sea came up to my knees.
Most exports went by sea.
A little cottage by the sea. He spent over 30 years at sea.
They stood side by side looking out to sea. The Mediterranean Sea.
He looked out at the sea of faces.
Living in a foreign country can mean you're always at sea about what's going on. They came from lands across the seas.
Sea air.
Sea air.
Sea anemone.
Sea anemone.
Seabed.
Seabed.
Seabird.
Seabird.
Seaboard.
Seaboard.
The eastern seaboard of the U.S.
Seaborn.
Seaborn.
The threat of a seaborne invasion.
Sea breeze.
Sea breeze.
Sea captain.
Sea captain.
Sea change.
Sea change.
A sea change in attitudes.
Sea dog.
Sea dog.
Seafarer.
Seafarer.
Seafaring.
Seafaring.
A seafaring man.
Sea floor.
Sea floor.
Seafood.
Seafood.
A seafood restaurant.
Seafront.
Seafront.
A hotel right on the seafront.
A seafront cafe.
Seagoing.
Seagoing.
A seagoing ship.
Sea green.
Sea green.
Joe's large sea green eyes.
Seagull.
Seagull.
Seahorse.
Seahorse.
Seal.
Seal.
The document carried the seal of the governor's office.
An airtight seal around the windows. A number of employers have already given their seal of approval to the scheme.
In 1972, Nixon himself went to China to set the seal on the new relationship.
The window was sealed shut. A quick way to seal awkward gaps is to use a foam filler.
Dried milk is kept in hermetically sealed containers. Authorities plan to seal the border.
He wrote the address and sealed the envelope.
Wooden decks should be sealed to prevent cracking.
The outbreak of war sealed the government's fate. Smith's goals sealed the victory. Fry the meat quickly to seal in the juices. Following a bomb warning, police have sealed off the whole area.
Sea lane.
Sea lane.
Sealant.
Sealant.
Sealed.
Sealed.
A sealed container.
Sealed bids should be sent to Richard Walker.
Sealed.
Sealed.
A sealed container.
Sealed bids should be sent to Richard Walker.
Sea legs.
Sea legs.
I felt awful yesterday, but thankfully I've found my sea legs now.
Sealer.
Sealer.
Sea level.
Sea level.
1,000 meters above sea level. Changes in sea level.
Sealing.
Sealing.
Sealing wax.
Sealing wax.
Sea lion.
Sea lion.
Sealskin.
Sealskin.
Seam.
Seam.
She was repairing Billy's trousers where the seam had come undone.
Join the shoulder seams together.
The health service seems to be falling apart at the seams.
The 466-page book is a rich seam of statistical information.
Seaman.
Seaman.
Seamanship.
Seamanship.
Seamed.
Seamed.
Seamed stockings. A gentle smile spread over her seamed face.
Sea mile.
Sea mile.
Sea mist.
Sea mist.
Seamless.
Seamless.
The seamless integration of data, text, images and sound.
Seamless stockings.
Seamstress.
Seamstress.
Seamy.
Seamy.
The seamy side of the internet.
Seaplane.
Seaplane.
Seance.
Seance.
Seaport.
Seaport.
Sea power.
Sea power.
Sear.
Sear.
The heat seared their skin.
Pain was searing through her.
The image was seared into his brain.
Seared tuna steaks. Seared tuna steaks.
Search.
Search.
Bad weather is hampering the search for survivors.
2 more bodies were found after a search of the woods.
A computerized search of 10,000 medical journals.
A search found 46 websites.
An online search.
Do a search on rabbit and see what it brings up.
Mark went in search of water.
The search for a cure.
It was too dark to search further.
The area was thoroughly searched.
An RAF plane searched for the missing men. I've searched high and low for my glasses. Detectives are searching the yard for clues.
Alice bent to search through a heap of clothes.
Search the web for cheap flights.
He was searched by the guards for weapons.
Scientists are still searching for a cure. She paused, searching for inspiration. Where is she? Search me. Anya searched his face anxiously.
We were too tired to search out extra blankets.
Search engine.
Search engine.
Searching.
Searching.
Interviewees need to be ready for some searching questions.
She avoided his long searching look.
Searchlight.
Searchlight.
Search party.
Search party.
Let's get going, or they'll send out a search party.
Search warrant.
Search warrant.
Searing.
Searing.
The searing heat of the desert.
Adorno's searing analysis of mass culture. Emily felt a searing anger against her father.
Sea salt.
Sea salt.
Seascape.
Seascape.
Seashell.
Seashell.
Jewellery made out of seashells.
Seashore.
Seashore.
Seasick.
Seasick.
Hal was seasick almost at once.
Seaside.
Seaside.
A trip to the seaside.
A day at the seaside. The popular seaside resort of Brighton.
A seaside holiday.
The season.
Season.
The effect on plants as the seasons start to change.
The first game of the season.
The end of the football season.
The racing season starts in June.
Some footpaths are closed during the shooting season. He was caught fishing out of season.
The season for strawberries usually starts in early June.
African rivers turn to hard mud during the dry season.
The planting season is in spring, with harvest in the fall.
There are 2 boat trips a day, more in high season.
An off-season break costs £114.
It's quieter out of season.
We arrived at the height of the tourist season.
This season's look is fresh and natural.
Vine tomatoes are in season from April to October.
A new season of comedy on BBC One.
The network has several new dramas lined up for the fall season.
Blindborn's season opens with a performance of Tosca.
Their dog was coming into season.
Season the chicken with pepper.
Mix and season to taste.
Seasonable.
Seasonable.
Seasonable temperatures.
Seasonal.
Seasonal.
Heavy seasonal rains. Seasonal jobs in the tourist industry.
Seasonal affective disorder.
Seasonal affective disorder.
Seasonality.
Seasonality.
The seasonality of sales of the product.
Seasonally.
Seasonally.
Bird migrations that occur seasonally.
Seasoned.
Seasoned.
Artie was by then a seasoned musician with 6 albums to his credit. A highly seasoned piece of fish.
Seasoning.
Seasoning.
Season ticket.
Season ticket.
An annual season ticket.
Seat.
Seat.
I was in the back seat, and Joe was driving.
A 10,000-seat stadium.
People were shifting in their seats, looking uncomfortable.
A seat in the National Assembly. Promotion would mean a seat on the board of directors.
The Senate seat for Colorado.
He predicts that his party will gain at least 12 seats. The Republicans hold 235 seats, and the Democrats have 197.
Mr. Adams is expected to keep his seat.
Labour held on to the seat with a 7% majority. One that a party will not lose. one that another party might easily win.
Don't put your feet on the seat.
A wooden toilet seat.
A broken bicycle seat.
A rip in the seat of his jeans.
Foreign policy will take a back seat to domestic problems for a while.
A gripping movie that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
We're trying to put young people in the driving seat. The arena seats 60,000.
She seated herself at her desk.
The old custom of seating boys and girls on opposite sides of the classroom.
Seat belt.
Seat belt.
Seated.
Seated.
Paul was seated at his desk.
Remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop.
Please be seated.
Seater.
Seater. Seating.
Seating.
A restaurant with seating for 40 customers.
The hall has a seating capacity of 650.
The seating plan for the wedding dinner.
Seatmate.
Seatmate.
Sea urchin.
Sea urchin.
Seawall.
Seawall.
Seaward.
Seaward.
Keep to the seaward side of the path.
Seawater.
Seawater.
Seaweed.
Seaweed.
Seaworthy.
Seaworthy.
Sebaceous.
Sebaceous.
Sebaceous glands.
SEC.
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 Is Al there? Hold on a sec. I'll check.
I'll be with you in a sec.
Journey time, 25 minutes, 14 seconds.
Secateurs.
Secateurs.
A pair of secateurs.
Secede.
Secede.
By 1861, 11 states had seceded from the Union.
Secession.
Secession.
A vote in favor of secession.
Croatia's secession from Yugoslavia.
Secessionist.
Secessionist.
Secluded.
Secluded.
We sunbathed on a small secluded beach.
He's 80 years old now and lives a very secluded life.
Seclusion.
Seclusion.
They enjoyed 10 days of peace and seclusion. He preferred to stay at home in seclusion.
The relative seclusion of the Norfolk countryside. Second.
Second.
The Second World War. The 2nd of August.
A second-year student.
His second wife.
Clinton's second term in office. The second half of the year. The second time in 3 days.
She won second prize.
They climbed to second place in the league.
Africa's second highest mountain. The euro will have a circulation second only to that of the dollar.
We advertised for a second guitarist.
There was a second reason for his dismissal. I asked the doctor for a second opinion.
The nurse comes every second day. Every second house seemed to be boarded up.
The quality of Britain's overseas aid programme is second to none.
I just want to give these kids a second chance.
You're not having second thoughts, are you?
She'd had second thoughts about the whole project.
I'll call her tomorrow. No, on second thought, I'll try now.
She dismissed the rumour without a second thought.
No one gave the woman in the grey uniform a second glance.
Driving becomes second nature after a while.
He got his second wind and ran on.
Hold your breath for 6 seconds.
The operation takes only 30 seconds.
Ultrasonic waves travel at around 300 meters per second.
Within seconds, Bev called back.
I'll be back in a second.
Just a second, I'll come and help.
At least 30 shots were fired in a matter of seconds.
He should be here any second.
I came second in the UK Championships.
tea is the most popular drink, while coffee ranks second.
Jill's been seconded to the marketing department while Dave's away.
Secondary.
Secondary.
The novel's secondary characters.
Writing was always secondary to spending time with my family.
Cost is the important thing. Any benefits for the user are a secondary consideration.
Secondary modern.
Secondary modern.
Secondary school.
Secondary school.
Secondary source.
Secondary source.
Secondary stress.
Secondary stress.
Second base.
Second base.
Second best.
Second best.
I'm not going to settle for second best.
Ali was the second best shooter on the rifle team.
Second childhood.
Second childhood.
Second class.
Second class.
Why should old people be treated like second-class citizens?
We will not accept a second-class education for our children.
A second-class honours degree.
He was travelling second class.
Second degree.
Second degree.
Second class.
Second class.
Second class. Second class.
Second degree. Seconder.
Seconder.
Second guess.
Second guess.
I'm not going to try and second-guess the committee's decisions.
The decision has been made. There is no point in second-guessing it now.
Second hand.
Second hand.
We got most of our furniture second-hand.
It may not be true. I only heard it second-hand.
Second hand.
Second hand.
Second-hand clothes.
A second-hand car.
Second-hand accounts of mass killings.
Second home.
Second home.
Town dwellers who buy second homes in the countryside.
I love Italy. It's my second home.
From then on, the hospital became my second home.
Second in command.
Second in command.
Second life.
Second life.
Second language.
Second language.
Second lieutenant.
Second lieutenant.
Secondly.
Secondly.
Firstly, they are not efficient, and secondly, they are expensive to make.
Secondment.
Secondment.
A government advisor on secondment from the Metropolitan Police.
Secondment.
Secondment.
A government advisor on secondment from the Metropolitan Police.
Second name.
Second name.
What's your second name? Jones.
Stephen's second name, Anthony, is after my brother.
Second name.
Second person.
Second person.
Second rate.
Second rate.
A second-rate artist.
Second screen.
Second screen.
Second screener.
Second screener.
Second sight.
Second sight.
Second string.
Second string.
The Vikings' second string quarterback.
Secrecy.
Secrecy.
I must stress the need for absolute secrecy about the project.
His work was shrouded in secrecy. His work was shrouded in secrecy. The veil of secrecy that covered the talks.
Secret.
Secret.
They kept their relationship secret from their parents.
Agents on a secret mission.
Secret talks with the terrorists.
The drugs were found in a secret compartment in Campbell's suitcase.
The cookies are made to a secret recipe.
His secret fear was that Jenny would leave him. His secret fear was that Jenny would leave him.
Did you know you had a secret admirer? They're being very secret about it.
There was a secret smile on her face.
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
It was no secret that the two men hated each other.
Don't worry, your secret is safe with me.
The negotiations were conducted in secret.
The secret to making good pastry is to use very cold water.
Your hair always looks so great. What's your secret?
What do you think is the secret of her success?
Louise made no secret of her dislike for John.